Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back once again to Phatkat Collection. Got a new brand to the channel, and this is a brand that reached out to me like a year ago, and they finally got their act together and sent me a watch. I'm not sure what really happened there, but they had said they were going to send a watch out for a review, and then months and months went by, a full year almost, and all of a sudden they reached out again. We're like, yeah, we're getting ready to send you a watch. I was like, dude, that was like a year ago. But anyway, it is a brand that I've been wanting to have on the channel. They make a lot of really unique watches. And the one they sent me today is called their GLACIER Starry Sky Dial with Zircon diamonds. So let's check it out. So now this may not be the type of watch for a lot of you conservative guys out there, but this is definitely one that checks the boxes for me. I love when watches do, whether it be cubic zirconium, gemstones, diamonds. I just love this look. It's super flashy, and it definitely kind of suits my personality, right? Now, again, not for everybody, but if this is not your cup of tea, there's a lot of other watches they have. I encourage you to click the link in the description and check them out. I'm going to link you guys to where you can buy these for the best price. Sometimes that's directly from the manufacturer itself. I'll kind of cross-reference the prices on their website versus like Amazon and Temu and places like that. But it's pretty cool. I got to tell you, I'm pretty happy I finally got to collaborate with them. And I really hope we can continue on with more watches because they have a lot of really cool stuff. So let me just first show you guys the box. Not really much to really write home about. Cardboard, basic, small. This will probably just get thrown in the trash. Very, very cheap presentation. You just get this kind of metal, velvet covered, it's not even a pillow. You do get a polishing cloth. You do get the warranty card. I always think it's interesting when companies include that because, I get it. They want to give you the nicest presentation they can, but I mean, to have a warranty, these are affordable watches, right? And we don't really, this is not like something you're, holding onto the box and papers are really going to make any kind of difference, right? But again, nevertheless, they got to give you a box. So I kind of like the fact it's nothing I want to keep, right? Because sometimes I'll get a box and I almost feel bad throwing it away sometimes. Like the Duke's O boxes. I have so many of those and I've thrown out a lot just because they all take up room, and I'm never going to store any of these watches in the boxes, right? And generally, I don't sell my watches. There's been a few. If I feel like there's one that I'm just not going to wear anymore, I'll generally keep some like Invicta kind of standard generic boxes, but I'm glad it's basic, right? They didn't put a lot of, a company, if they're going to charge, like give you a much nicer box, usually that's reflecting the price, right? Not all the time, but sometimes. So again, no big deal to me. It's kind of like Pagani design boxes. They're pretty basic. Let's get to the watch. So let me show you guys some close-ups here. Very cool. We have some cubic zirconians in kind of like a baguette cut around the bezel. Then we have sort of a longer, I believe they're still called baguette, like rectangular stones around the face. Now, I think I requested the black and they sent me the blue. But hey, it's a free watch. I'm not really too concerned with it. The blue's pretty nice too. We have an exhibition window on the back. It is a screw-on case back. Try to get this sucker to focus. And some of you might be saying, well, what kind of movement does this have? So this, from what I can tell, based on what's written on the rotor, we'll come back to this. I'll show you some more close-ups. It says it's a Miyota. So as far as I don't know if I can actually make out, it just says Miyota. But I can't see if it says Miyota. I think it looks like Miyota. Some companies will put Miyota watches with a D, and unless you kind of catch it, it's not actually a Miyota movement. So this, I believe, is at Miyota, which is your standard, well-respected automatic movement. Let's see what else they say about this watch here. Give you some of the specs. If you buy this directly from Wishdoit, I say buying directly from Wishdoit because I have had situations in the past where I bought a watch, they claimed they have a year warranty, not this company. I think it was like Tessie or something like that. Don't quote me on that either. But if you don't buy it directly from the manufacturer's website, they don't honor the warranty. So something to kind of think about. But they do say they have a 1-year warranty and 180-day easy returns. That's pretty incredible. So you basically can wear this watch for, half a year and return it. I wonder if they would really honor that, but that is what it says here. It is a round shaped case, but I do like that they have sort of like these interesting, it almost looks like the lugs have been kind of like put on after the fact, not the case, but it gives it a very unique, very interesting look. It gets away from just a standard round watch. It does have the movement listed, and I'm really glad that they did list this, because when it comes to the watch world, when you're asking for a couple $100 for a watch, people want to know what the movement is. So this is a Miyota with a T, Miyota 8215. It's a 21,600 vibrations per hour, beats at 3 hertz, and has a 42-hour power reserve with 21 joules. It is, again, kudos to them. They put the materials on here. We have case 316 stainless steel. They didn't just put stainless steel. They listed it's 316L stainless steel. We have diamond material zircon, which is, I believe, like a cubic zirconian. A lot of times they won't even list that. They'll just say crystal or glass. A lot of times they won't even say that, right? So at least they list this is a diamond material zircon. It does have a top glass sapphire coated with, it says mineral crystal. Top glass sapphire coated mineral crystal. So that's kind of a mouthful. Normally they would just put sapphire, but it says here the top glass, which is the actual main crystal, it's a sapphire coated mineral crystal. It's not sapphire. And then the back of the case is also a mineral crystal. A little confusing for people. I think they should just put that it's a mineral crystal with sapphire coating. That the way they word that is slightly misleading, but if you just actually take the time, slow down and read it, you'll know that it's not sapphire. Too bad. I know, because for me, not a big deal, but a lot of people do, are concerned with that. Strap width 23 millimeters, band length 24 centimeters. Suitable for wrist size is 6.5 to 8.7. Is a genuine leather strap with a butterfly clasp. We'll come to that. It just says iced out finished dial and bezel. It says it has, I love that they listed this, 30 square zircons on the bezel, and the dial has 60 rectangular zircons and 60 round zircons. I didn't even notice that until they mentioned that. Very cool. It says this has an inlay technology. It is a 43 millimeter case diameter with a 13 millimeter in case thickness, and it weighs 112 grams. What else? 3 hands, date, power reserve. So fantastic. I mean, fantastic that they list all this information. This is exactly what is gonna, when people are looking to buy a watch, let's say you see this watch and you love it, right? What on the website, sometimes it's hard to tell. Is it a good quality watch, or is it going to be just like a cheap, crummy, like, Temu special $20 watch are charging you $200 for? It's great that they listed all the materials. We have a good quality automatic movement by Miyota. They specifically listed the model of the movement. We do have, again, it's not sapphire, but I've never scratched any watch ever. Mineral crystal, very scratch resistant. Has that sapphire coating as well. I love the fact that they listed all this information. This is what brands need to constantly do when they're selling watches. Because when somebody is looking for an iced out watch, especially when it comes to iced out watches, you don't really know what you're going to get until you get it. I didn't know either. I didn't even look at these specs until, and for me it's a little different because I get it for free. But honestly, I was kind of expecting, all right, well, this is going to be more of your typical kind of low quality iced out watches you get on AliExpress, Temu, DHgate, sites like that. But this is a nice quality watch. In the world of watches, when you're looking for affordable, iced out, bling bling watches, it becomes harder to find things of good quality that aren't just those basic, cheap, standard alloy, nothing special about them. This is a nice quality watch. Just checks all the boxes. Does not have a screw down crown, but you don't really need it. I like that they have this kind of like cross cut, deep cut crown. Very nice. It's a great looking piece. It's a dress watch, of course. I love it. It's fantastic. Love it. So glad I got it. So this band actually is strapped. We do have that leather. Kind of reminds me of the Jacob & Company style watches, where these are pretty cool. You basically just slide the band through the clasp here, and I think I'm usually around like the second mark on these, and you just lock it down, and then let me go ahead and throw it on the wrist here. You don't always have to kind of wear out the buckle. It's like a quick release strap. Let's see how it fits. See if I got the right. That's about right. Oh yeah, perfect. Oh man, looks great. Check that shit out. I mean, definitely a flashy watch. I love the face has sort of like a night starry sky. This kind of reminds me of almost like a Van Gogh painting. I know it's kind of a stretch, but see if I can get this to focus here. See that night sky. Very cool watch. I mean, perfect name for it. GLACIER Starry Sky Dial. It's a lot to look at. I love the fact you got the blue stones on it. If you were to go with the black is going to have the black stones. I not sure which one I like better after getting the blue on my wrist. It's a great looking piece. So Wishdoit, I gotta tell you, I'm pleasantly surprised. I really wasn't sure what to expect with this brand, you know, and I've seen Wishdoit for quite some time. Now, price on this, $269, and it looks like that is including a 30% off site-wide sale. If you want to pick this up elsewhere, again, I'll put the links where I can find this. I'm not gonna do that with you guys here, but I also want to just go to their site and just tell you guys kind of some of the other options you have. They got some beautiful watches, and if you are into, you know, unique looking timepieces that, you know, kind of stand out, and you like Richard Mille, they have a lot of those style kind of barrel shaped case watches. They have one called the Mechanical Skeleton Watch, which has actually got like a samurai in the face. Super unique, fully iced out. They have one called the Captain Kidd, very cool. You know, this is kind of a brand that, for me, this is what I like to see. I really like, you know, when you have a lot of watches, I'm always looking for something that's kind of unique to add to the collection. And I really dig the Samurai watch. Hopefully I can get my hands on that at a later date. They also have a couple here that have the Captain Kidd, which almost looks like it's got a dual open heart. It's not. I think this is kind of the way they designed the face. At least that's what it looks like to me. Very cool stuff here. So check out their website. I'm going to put the link to the website and to this specific watch where you can pick this up for the best price. Right now, I think $269 probably is the best price. It's a big sale going on now. By the time you watch this video, it might be over. But do let me know if you pick one of these up. Do let me know if you have any kind of questions whatsoever. I'm always here to help you guys out. I want to thank Wishdoit for finally getting together with Phatkat Collections to do this collaboration. What do I think of the name, though? That's the only thing. Wishdoit. I'm not sure what the inspiration was with the name. I think they could have done a little better on that. You know, I'll always be honest with you guys, my critiques. Wishdoit is just kind of like, to me, it's kind of a cheap name, right? But which is unfortunate because the quality of the watch it's checking all the boxes. Good quality 3/16 stainless steel, leather strap, nice buckle on it. You know, a mineral crystal, but you know, that works. A Miyota automatic movement, actual cubic zircons. It's fantastic, man. I absolutely love it. All right, let me know if you guys have any questions. Check out my other reviews. We have another brand new Duxo coming to the channel. By the time you guys watch this might be scheduled. And again, if I can help in any way, let me know. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and take care.